Hello viewers, this is yet another episode of Because I Want to Be,
I Will Become.
It's always brought to you by the Rebecca Foundation, the Merck Foundation, and the Ghana Education Service. I hope you're ready with your pens and pencils and writing parts, because today we're going to be schooled. We're talking climate change. We've heard it, climate change. What is it? Mikra, I need to learn. All right, but I'm here and we're doing the learning together with the ladies here with me to my left.
Faustina Time from Emmanuel Presby Basic School.
Emmanuel Presby Basic School. You're all from Emmanuel Presby Basic School?
Yes.
Good, awesome. So next to Faustina we have
Belquin Kezia.
Kezia, and to my right,
Priscilla Foley.
Priscilla.
Jokoto Priscilla.
Oh, another Priscilla. Okay, welcome the Priscillas, welcome Kezia and Faustina. We're talking climate change. People, get ready. We're about to be schooled. We'll be right back after this break. See you.
Climate change is a global issue. It already changes our lives as Ghanaians, and it will continue to change, especially for our children. In northern Ghana, it affects especially the agriculture sector, putting livelihoods at risk and dampening economic growth. Floods might increase, heat waves will be more frequent, and the temperature is expected to rise by 1.1 to 1.9 degrees Celsius until 2050, which will have a big impact.
So in this study, we utilize global level climate data, and we utilize information from experts and from interviews also with farmers, and then we also did some cost-benefit analysis.
The rise of more than 1 degree Celsius in temperature, changes in rain patterns, more floods or droughts can have high impacts on our crops and have big consequences for agricultural production.
In this study, we analyzed yields of 4 crops. That of sorghum, maize, and cowpeas are projected to decrease, and that of granules are projected to be stable because they are less sensitive to climate changes.
Adi yuon piensan abian dama wan la pa changa savala wan abian mola wan.
Abundiri kun ya yo nga za ba me ka mi ka po kun tuan ko gba ka che mi ka po nko o manyala cherman ko mi akomal.
Agric is the main occupation of more than 90% of the farmers here, because they don't have any other job doing. And most of them are peasant farmers. They are peasant farmers.
Luckily, our study showcased not only the consequences, but also assessed 4 adaptation strategies to improve the situation. Results show that it is possible to reduce present and future yield losses induced by climate change when farmers adapt to certain strategies like the use of different seeds, intercropping, irrigation, and farmer-managed natural regeneration.
Climate change has lots of consequences, but there's a lot farmers can do to adapt, and also policymakers can do a lot to assist.
Because I want to be,
I will become.
oh yes, and you will become too. Just stay tuned. So just before we introduce our resource person, she's going to join us in a little bit. We just want to touch on the subject climate change. It's so broad, but do we know something little about climate change? Who wants to go first? Okay, Faustina.
Climate refers to the long shift in temperature and weather patterns.
Long shift in temperature and weather patterns. Okay.
It is the deviation of a weather condition in a long period of time.
Loaded. Let's just read what the UN also is saying as well. They're saying that it refers to long-term shifts in temperatures and weather patterns. Such shifts can be natural due to changes in the sun's activity or large volcanic eruptions. Oh, thank God we don't have volcanic eruptions in Ghana. But obviously, it's such a vast area. Lots of things that we don't know, and that's what I'm excited about today, because we have a resource person who is just the right person we need to give us much insight into that area, things that we've never thought about, and it's going to be a learning experience. People, get your conversations going and get your questions ready. People, social media handles, get talking, make sure that you're posting your comments, experiences, your questions, because we are about to learn. Stay tuned, we're right back. We'll be seeing our resource person in a jiffy.
At the Rebecca Foundation, we focus on the well-being of Ghanaians, especially women and children. The Rebecca Foundation, an opportunity to make a difference.
Because I want to be,
I will become.
we have the right person to talk about climate change. Lots of things that we don't know, lots of things that we're yet to know. And so get your writing pads ready, because we are going to learn. Now, we have a wonderful lady in our midst here, and she is a business enabler, authenticity democratizer. She is a visionary who believes in the power of innovation and creative problem solving to transform the African continent. She is also the founding and managing director of Waste or Create Hub. I can go on and on. I want to become here when I grow up. But Madam Chinyanyemwa Okoro-Onu, it's an honor and privilege to have you here. Especially we've been talking climate change. It's become more like a cliche, you know, and so we want you to throw more light into it and, you know, school us, educate us on it.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. Hello, my pretty ladies.
Hello.
Good. My name is Chinenwa Okoro-Onu. I'm the founder and managing director of the Waste or Create Hub. The Waste or Create Hub is an eco-innovation center here in Accra, Ghana. We're on a mission to transform businesses and individuals to think about environmental sustainability for economic development. And it's essential to understand that we cannot talk about climate change without talking about environmental sustainability, because environmental sustainability is the bigger, it's like the pot of soup. And then climate change is those, you know, the everything inside that makes the soup.
The crab,
you know, and all of the, yes, you see, exactly. So when we talk about climate change focuses on human activities, because we can't exempt ourselves from it. And also, you know, the issues of greenhouse gases and, you know, fossil fuel and the like. So that's really how climate change disturbs or affects the environment.
That's right.
That's right. Then when we talk about environmental sustainability, it's more holistic, how we're protecting the environment, how we're conserving, how these young ladies here fit within this only place we know and call home in the long term. When it comes to keeping the environment safe, it means that they are really more active things that need to take place. So we'll talk about practical strategies, framework, how the government can play a role in there, how individuals, your teachers, your parents, what you can do. But then when we talk about climate change, it's specific. You know, climate change looks at deforestation, it looks at the issues of fossil fuel that affects, of course, the environment, that affects, you know, the heat waves and all of that. So environmental sustainability is way more, you know, broad, you know, but the climate change is very, very well specific. It's the same way with the kind of actions we need to take. Yeah. Keeping the environment safe is indeed part of protecting the environment. It's also part of climate change, so it's all in one. But to dissect it a little bit, when we talk about climate change, we talk about those things that we do every single day to contribute to how climate change affects our environment, our ozone layer and all of that. And one of those is, of course, fossil fuel. You know, when I talk about fossil fuel, I mean our fuel, petrols, and the likes. And then when we talk about deforestation, of course, you know, cutting down trees and all of that, which leads to drought. So drought, you know, when the land is dry, there's no water. You see the way Accra is so hot, you know, so all of those things are caused by climate change. But when we talk about environmental sustainability, that is pretty much when you think about waste management, you know, waste being dumping around. That's all part of environmental, but that is practice, you know. And then when we talk about environmental sustainability, open defecation, you know, people who don't have washrooms and then they go and open defecate and all of those, you know, all of those things. So that's the difference. But protecting the environment encompasses all. And indeed, it is way more important than the subject matter climate change.
Great stuff. Girls, keep your questions coming now. Ask all the questions you want to.
What are the top problems in environmental sustainability?
That's a very good question. Now, the problems in environmental sustainability ties with the ones on climate change. One is air pollution. I know in Ghana, we don't talk a lot about air pollution. We only focus on waste and the biggest threats we have in Ghana is air pollution. So air pollution is one. Two is obviously waste management, like we've already talked about before. We live in a continent where we don't have a proper waste management system. We don't consider recycling as priority, so you have waste problem. And then the one that also affects us in Ghana and in Africa is open defecation. Some of our homes don't have proper toilets. Then you go and you use the law and you do it like this away, you know, in someone's backyard. It's important to think about what that does to the environment. These are challenges, these are problems. But when we talk about what we can do differently, I think education is key. Attitudinal change is important. Your mindset is important because this is the only place we know and call home, unless people want to follow Elon Musk and go to space. But this is the only place we know and call home. So what can you do? One, obviously, when you're going to the market, something, take your own bag. That's one. Two, try to reduce how many hours you spend in the bathroom. You leave the water running. You know, you don't want to come out. You know, when you're brushing your teeth, use a cup to take water. You don't need more than a cup, you know. You know, also when you're around, you know, people in your neighborhood, you get dustbins to separate waste. Waste separation is important because recycling is becoming a big thing. You can recycle plastics and make money from it. You can recycle metal. Everything can be recyclable. So it's really more like getting the education that is required so you know what actions to take.
Awesome.
What are the career opportunities in environmental sustainability?
That's a very good question. I'm glad you asked that. I'll tell you a story. 5 years ago, right, when I decided to go into environmental sustainability, people are looking at me, you want to do baller, nice girl like you. Why would you, you know? But when you think about environmental sustainability, a lot has changed. We're talking about the green economy. We're talking about eco-entrepreneurship. So you know what entrepreneurship is, right? Now, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Medical doctor.
You want to be a medical doctor. You can indeed be a medical doctor for sustainability. There are so many career opportunities. You can be a sustainable fashion designer. You can be a sustainable doctor, a lawyer that is focused on sustainability, a finance person. So when it comes to sustainability, it's a whole new world that is attached to us. But people say it's a new world. It's not. It's already existing. It's just being cautious about the things that we do on a daily. So you can be someone who can grow up and open a business that provides education, that provide consultancy for people to think about environmental sustainability. So there are lots of career options, but one thing that you have to do today is start educating yourself.
Great.
Okay?
Kezia.
What job opportunities do girls like me have?
Good. Job opportunities. I think that ties to what Faustina just said. So when you talk about job opportunities, there's a lot, right? One, obviously, in entrepreneurship, there's a lot of gap because we need people to innovate. We need people to think about the problems in their community and think about how do I solve this problem? Right? What can I do differently? And gone are the days when people see waste as waste. Now waste is the resources. People pick up plastics and sell. People use the precious metals that are recycled. People in fashion, they take clothes that have been pieces and piece it together and it looks beautiful. Right. So it is the innovation gap that we need to bridge, especially as you are in schools. You need to start looking at your environment, start asking yourself questions. Why is this like this? Why is this like that? What can I do differently? And we live in a digital age, right? I know all of you know social media, you know TikTok. There's so many ways you can teach yourself. There's so many resources out there. By the grace of God, Waste to Create launched the Environmental Workforce for Africa strategy, which is focused on working with young people like yourself, providing you with the entrepreneurial skills that is required for you to, first of all, think and identify opportunities. So you're not alone in this, okay?
Awesome, man. This is loaded. And girls, we're indeed grateful. I'm sure you've taken so much and we have learned a lot today.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Madam Chinyenwa, for joining us. We would have loved to continue this, but time. But the little that we've gotten, we're going to apply. We're going to spread the word out there, and I'm sure we'll be saving our planet. Thank you for coming. Wish you well.
Much, sir. Thank you.
People, don't go anywhere. This video is just for you. We'll be right back.
The Rebecca Foundation, an opportunity to make a difference.
Please, good afternoon. My name is Denise Ann Odemans, and I'm from Methodist Girls High School. And I'm here with my colleagues, Sandra Bacheboa and MZ Reyes, as well as my facilitator. And today we're here to demonstrate to you what recycling is. So basically, recycling is turning waste materials into useful products. And to recycle, we need to segregate. Basically, segregation is all about separating. And in our school, we have bins programmed to perform that task. And we are strongly concerned with the indiscriminate disposal of waste. It has so many effects on our environment. One, inability for percolation to occur. When we throw waste on the soil, it covers the soil surface. And basically, water can't go through the soil or out of the soil through infiltration, right? So percolation doesn't occur, and then the soil can't support plant life, and the topography of the land is destroyed. Two, it leads to climate change. So basically, when there's an accumulation of waste, what do? We burn it, because we feel like it's the right thing to do. And when we burn it, it releases harmful substances into the air, which destructs the ozone layer, leading to climate change. And we're here to solve this problem, which we are facing right now. So how about we do this together through creativity?
Today, I'm going to teach you how to make a balm holder. Not just that, some other things as well, but for now, we are going to start with this. So first, you need your cutter or scissors, because we are going to be using recyclable things like plastics, old water bottles. So once you get your plastic bottle, so you cut it. I already have a sample here, and it becomes like this. This is how it will become like. So then you trim it until it becomes smooth, like this. So you have something small here. And it's important to trim it carefully so that it will be able to fit in perfectly with it. And so in order to get it to stick, we need glue. So that's why we have our glue gun here. But in case you don't have glue gun, you can always get super glue. But again, you have to be very careful because super glue is also hot. It can hurt you. Do you understand? Yes. So once we get this, we take our glue gun, we can apply it around the edge of the cup. Once you apply it around the edge of the cap, you put your super glue down, and then you attach it to the bottom of the neck that you shaped. Attach it to the bottom. You attach it until it's firmly in place. So once it's in place, you can just open it up. But before you use it, you must wash it because it's still waste. So you want to use it, so you wash it so that any form of impurities will be taken out. You can put in whatever you want, be it lip balm, sanitizer, anything at all you want. Please, do you get it? Yes. So that is for the first one. Then the next one, we have the notebooks. See, this is very beautiful, right? You can give it to somebody as a gift. Here is how we can make it better. You can go to your local tailoring shop. You can ask for pieces of material. You can just take it. They won't take anything from you. You take it and then you have an old notebook. Maybe the front is tattered, but you don't want to buy a new one. So you take your fabric, you cut it into pieces, you measure, so that you can cut it into one long piece, which can cover the entire surface of the notebook. So once you do that, you get your glue gun or your super glue. Or in this case, since it's fabric, you can get fabric glue too. And then you just wrap it around the notebook tightly so that there won't be any crumples. It will be firm. So once you wrap it, you'll get some here. You get some of the pieces of fabric here too. So in order to make it look nice, you can just flap one page over it, like this. And you flap another page over it, like this. And then this is your end result. You can make different types with different pieces of cloth. And this is a very nice present to give to your friend. Besides, you're in school, you're studying, you copy notes. Nobody would throw this away. You see, managing waste. Do you understand? Yes.
Next up, I'm going to show you how to make a flower vase out of old wine bottles you find lying around in your homes. So you can decorate them with anything you find lying around. So example, I went home and I found this lying around. My mom didn't know what to do with it and I told her to give it to me. I found one and I used to do this with my little sister for mommy's birthday, and this is what we came out of.
Wow. It's very nice.
If you're not able to get this thread, you can actually use drying line, yarn, or any piece of rope you find lying around the house. So basically, you get a piece of thread, then you decorate it however you want. For easy demonstration, I want to do it this way. So like a simple design. You understand? I glue it and I add any other decorative thing I want. Make it beads, spray paints, any other thing, just to make it look nice and attractive. That I can put in my home, put in my room, just to make it, brighten up, and I can feel that I've done something to help my country. You understand? Yes. Okay. If you want to get extra creative, your father's old car that is lying around and he doesn't know what to use with it. The ties, you can make it to make this at home. So to do this, you need a car tie. Please, when you get a car tie, please wash it. You know, it's disposed, it has been used, you don't know where you got it from. So when you bring it home, wash it. Then you wrap it with foam. So please, to get the foam, please ask your parents, because I know we sitting here do not know where to get this. So please ask your parents to get it for you. When you get the foam, you wrap it around the car tie. Then any piece of material you have at home or a friend gives it to you, you wrap it around the foam. Then you either super glue it or staple it with a staple gun. It will be firmly in place and it will be like straight and nice, you understand? Then for the cushion, ask your parents to get you plywood. Like for example this, see. Then you cut it round, since the tie is in the shape of a circle. So cut it in that cylindrical shape. Then you put foam on the plywood, and if you want, you mash plastic bottles, then add the foam to make it soft. Then you wrap it with excess material, glue it to the base, which is the wood, or staple it. Then just attach everything together, either by super gluing it or stapling it, and you have this lying around at your home. You can do it with your family and it will be like fun time with recyclable things. You understand? Yes. So let's use all the things lying around to make our homes better and to make our country a better place to live. We should be proud. Our country is not part of the 10 most dirtiest countries, and we should make an effort to make it even cleaner. Thank you.
I hope we've all learned something. Yes. So let's get creative. So we're going to break you into groups and we'll teach you what we know. So that when you go back home, you show your little siblings, your elder siblings, and as well as your friends in school. So let's do this together. We are group 1 and we made lip balm containers.
So we are group 2 and we made these needles, we covered them up.
We are group 3 and we made this beautiful flower vase.
So in all, you could see that we have a lot of things that we can use our waste in our environment. We must make effort to protect Ghana. Now, the bottle tops can be used for other things. But unfortunately, because we are using some very dangerous tools like the cutter and the rest, we need gloves. We need to put on some face masks to protect you from inhaling the gas that you might form. Right now, we wanted to surprise you with this. This is a raincoat made from sachet bags or sachet rubbers. So we can do a lot in Ghana to protect our environment so that at the end of the day we all protect our lives. Thank you very much.
Welcome back, viewers. Because I want to be,
I will become.
Yes, I'm definitely going to try that activity out. I hope you're doing so too. People, it's been a loaded episode. Lots of learning, climate change, and our environment as well. Girls, what are you taking home today?
Trees cut down should be replaced.
Trees should always be replaced when they are cut down. Yes, Priscilla too.
We shouldn't leave our taps on when brushing our teeth, but rather use caps.
Great stuff. To save the water, okay? Because we're always leaving it unconsciously. We should be conscious about that. Yep.
Educate people on environmental sustainability.
Education, education, education. We need to educate people on that. So super, Kezia.
Girls like me have a lot of job opportunities.
Endless job opportunities, as we heard from our resource person. People, it's been a massive, massive episode. I have learnt a lot and I hope you have to. Keep the conversations going on our social media handles, what's about on your screens. Questions, comments, experiences as we together learn to keep our planet safe. People, make sure that you're here again. Next week, we come your way with another exciting episode. It's Because I Want to Be,
I will become.
You are becoming. See you soon. Bye-bye.